Good morning, family, and welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to do a little bit of meal prep just to get us through the week. The kids are finally back. We picked them up over the weekend, and I want to make sure that they have quick, easy breakfasts and meals that they can just come into the kitchen and get together themselves. So what I'm about to do is I'm going to make some egg muffins. Gonna make some egg muffins. I'm going to also make some sausage and egg sandwiches, and then later on, I'm going to make some peanut butter and jelly sandwiches and some ham sandwiches so that they'll have lunch. So let's go ahead and get started on the breakfast. I'm going to make eggs, some egg sandwiches. So I have out my eggs, I have out the already cooked bacon. Um, I'm going to let the sausages defrost, and I'm just using the already prepared sausages for this part. For me, I need it to be quick and easy up front. This will be the first time that I'm trying to um, meal prep in bulk. Well, freezer meals. Well, I'm trying to make freezer sandwiches and doing freezer meals. So, since it's the first time, I wanted it to be quick and easy. I have my glass pan that I'm going to use to put the eggs in. So let me go ahead and start cracking eggs. This container says that it has 18 eggs in it. I do not have 18 eggs in it. My daughter decided she wanted boiled eggs last night, so that's fine. I do have some more eggs that I'm going to use for the egg muffins, but we're going to start with these for today. So I'm already preheating my oven, and now I'm just going to go ahead and start cracking the eggs. 2, 3, 4. So my goal for this is to create at least 20 breakfast sandwiches, so that I have 3 children, a husband, and myself. There's 5 of us. So that if I create 20 and it's 5, we'll have at least 2 weeks worth. And I say 2 weeks because my children like to eat them 2 at a time. I'm also going to make a variety. I'm going to make some that are on the English muffin bread, and then some that will be on flatbread. Okay, so out of this container, I just cracked 10 eggs. Let me get the next container of eggs. And this is a full 12, full dozen. And for easy cleanup, you should always have like a cleanup bowl to the side so that you can dump your scraps and your trash in. I did not put one to the side, so I'm just going to go over here and get me one. I have a small bowl that I'm going to put all of my scraps in on the side right here, so that I don't have to go back and forth to the trash can. So I want to crack about 20 eggs. I am putting them in the baking sheet so it'll lay down flat. I don't right at this time have any measurements. Like I said, this is my first time ever creating this, ever doing this myself. So I'm just kind of winging it this time. And then I'll see how it goes. And the next time I'll be better at it. Okay, so I'm going to add a little salt. And some pepper. Now the season to your liking is totally up to you. Um, we like our food extremely seasoned in this house. My husband, he likes everything almost to the point where it's over seasoned. But, and then I'm going to put a little bit, and I do mean a little bit, of roasted garlic in there. Okay, so now I have that all together. I'm going to use my already cooked bacon. And I'm going to crumble it up and put it inside of my egg mix. And like I said, this is just for speed and ease. You can always fry your own bacon. You can use turkey bacon. And I do plan on moving my family from pork to more turkey and lean meats. But I have some older children, my husband, and so they think they know the difference. So I'm going to have to figure out how to kind of begin to disguise it on them so that they won't know. Okay, so I went ahead and I cut up the bacon into smaller chunks. As I was cutting up the bacon, I decided that I did want to save some for my muffins. And I'm going to add some veggies into this mixture. So, I already have some peppers. So I'm going to go ahead and open and use. And these are already thawed out. I bought them on yesterday and I kind of left them out because I knew that I was going to be meal planning today. So I'm just going to go ahead and put the peppers into the mixture. There's a lot of water at the bottom of this. So I am going to bring them over to my strainer and just put them in the sink, in the strainer, so that they can start straining. For the rest of the food, I don't have to struggle with being worried about that. Also, to make fluffier eggs, and I've always done this ever since I learned how to cook, I'm going to put a splash of milk in there. And then the last thing that I'm going to add to this mixture is a little cheese. I know you're saying with all of that stuff, it just became very unhealthy. And you are, I know that you're right. But, like I said, I have to wean the children and myself, to be quite honest with you, to a more healthy lifestyle. So, just the fact that they have to eat freezer meals, when I was telling them that, they weren't really happy about it. So yeah, we're gonna just try it so that they'll like it first, and then we'll wean it. So I'm taking my whisk and I'm just mixing up the entire mixture, scrambling them up so that everything is completely and well combined. And we'll see if you can see that. Let's see if I can get it so you can see it well. So here we go. Everything is combined. And I don't know about the kids, but I'm super excited because I won't have to get up early in the morning. Also, I'm a school teacher and I should be off for another month, but I'm also in leadership. So because of that, I have to go back to work 2 weeks early. And since I have to go back 2 weeks early, I want to make sure that even though I'm not home, that there's stuff here for them to eat, and they don't have to eat out. I did the math on how much I spent last year. Me and my daughter and myself were at the same school, and so we would be kind of running behind a little too often. And so when we were running behind, we would just run to Quick Trip and get something quick to eat. And it came out to about $10 a day, 5 days a week, made $50 a week. Yeah, you go ahead and do that math. And then if I had to stay late, we would catch something to eat out as a snack because I wasn't bringing lunch. And so we were spending over $100 a week just eating out. So this year I said I was going to be more conscious. There's a lot of projects around the house that I'm trying to do, and just trying to get the house together. So that $100 a week can go back into my house. Okay, so I just sprayed the pan. And I just got some butter from Aldi's. I mean, some spray butter from Aldi's. You can get the olive oil. They have the original. I went in there to get the eggs because the eggs were on sale, and just went ahead and picked that up. So now I'm going to pour my egg mixture. So now while that first batch is cooking, I'm going to go ahead and make a second batch. The first batch I'm going to call them fully loaded because it has the veggies and everything in them. The second batch, I'm going to, and actually I'm going to do 2 more batches, but the next batch is not going to have veggies in it. I know my children, they're not going to eat the ones with the vegetables in them. That'll probably be for myself and my husband. But, so this batch, I'm going to go ahead and crack the eggs, just like I did the last time. I'm also not going to put the garlic powder in this one. But I'm going to make the eggs, and I'm going to put bacon and cheese. And so it'll just be eggs, bacon, and cheese, no veggies, with a little salt and pepper. And then the last batch will just have eggs and cheese. That way, if they don't even want bacon in it, that's fine too. Now, the other thing, I was having my son in this mix, but my son doesn't eat eggs. He doesn't like them at all. So I'm going to have to go ahead and make some of the sandwiches with just the sausage. I'm just going to make sausage sandwiches for him. And that'll be fine for him. He'll love that. A little closer. So again, I'm going to add a little salt and pepper. A little salt. And a little pepper to this mixture. And then I'm going to go ahead, chop up the bacon. Because the already cooked bacon comes in these long strips in the packages. So I have my chopping surface right here, and I'm just going to put them down on there. And I'm going to go ahead and cut them up into smaller pieces, and I'm going to add it to my mixture. And this will just be the second mixture. So they'll have a choice. They'll be able to have the ones with the vegetables, the ones without. I'm going to add cheese because we all love cheese. Even on my son's, just the sausage sandwiches, I'm going to go ahead and add cheese to the sausage sandwiches as well, because that's one of the things he likes. He likes cheese. Just add that in there. I'm going to save, actually put like 4 of them to the side, and I'm going to save those to put on my son's sandwich. And I'm just going to go ahead and mix this up. And then I'm going to put them in the pan and bake these the same way I'm baking the ones with the vegetables. Okay. And then I'm going to start on the next batch. One of the things that I could say that I'm going to do differently the next time is, for me, I only have one glass pan So the next time I'm going to make sure that I have several pans so that I can just mix it all and make it all at one time. And then I can just put them all in the freezer at the same time. So it'll save time. Um, so that's the only thing so far that I found that I would do differently. If you do freezer breakfasts, let me know what you do. Let me know how you do it. Let me know what your advice is. Because like I said, this is my first time doing them. And I just want to be able to save some money this year to do some other projects, go on vacations and those kinds of things. So let me know how you do it. Leave a comment down below. Okay, so while I'm waiting for those, while I'm waiting for the first batch to set in the middle, I just checked on it. I'm going to go ahead and make the sandwiches for my son. His sausage sandwiches. So let's get started on those. Okay, so for the sausage sandwiches, it's going to be super simple because all I'm doing is adding some butter and some meat. I'm going to lay them out. I'm thinking maybe 4 English muffins, and then 4 on some cinnamon bread, because he likes stuff sweet. So I'm going to do 4 on some cinnamon bread, and 4, well, I took out 3 English muffins. So we're going to do 3 English muffins. Now, the other thing that I will do differently next time is that I am going to plan out the portions of this so that I'm not just trying to make sure that I have enough, like how many eggs I'm going to need per person now that I've done it one time, how much sausage I'm going to need, how much of the bacon I'm going to need. So the cinnamon I'm going to do 4. I am going to do 4 sandwiches of the cinnamon. Okay. That way if he, because remember I told you my family likes to do 2 at a time. So that way if he decides he wants to do 2, he can. Now I went to Kroger's and I just got a pound of sliced cheese. My family likes the white American. So I'm just going to add a slice of cheese. I asked for it to be cut thin. Yeah, it didn't come out thin, but it's okay. I guess, considering that I am putting it on these sandwiches and they're going to freeze them and they'll probably microwave them, that it, not being too thin is probably, good. So I'm going to go ahead and cut open the English muffins. And I know they say you're supposed to use a fork so that you keep the nooks and crannies. But for this purposes, nooks and crannies don't even matter. So, cutting them open, the 3. And I cut them down the middle, but I didn't open them all the way up. And the beep you heard is the timer telling me that we're at 25 minutes on the egg that's in the oven. I love to snack. I love cheese too. My baby girl, my 6-year-old, she is a cheese fanatic. I have to often stop her because she'll just eat cheese all day. And I don't want her to get all stopped up. Okay, it's looking good. It's almost done. That's the alarm. We're going to give it another 5 minutes because the middle just needs to set a little bit. So I'm going to give it another couple minutes and then we'll put in the second one. So I'm going to take the bacon that I set to the side and I'm going to put it on the sandwiches And actually, I'm going to cut it in half, cut the bacon in half, because they are longer than the bread, which actually works out. So I'm going to cut them in half, and then I'm going to place them on the bread. Yep. Which actually gives me enough bacon for all of the sandwiches. Well, maybe not all. I think I missed one or two. But that's okay. I actually have more bacon in there if I wanted to get some more bacon. But now I'm going to take the sausages. And this is what I'm saying about the portions. When I was planning this out, I did not plan for sandwiches that did not have eggs. So I kind of left that out. And which means I probably really realistically need 2 more packs of the sausages. But so now that I have that idea, I'm probably going to next time buy the large box of sausage to do this with. That way I know for sure I'll have enough sausages. So I'm just going to go ahead and separate them, because I thought they were already thawed out, but they're not. So I'm going to go ahead and separate them down the middle. And then I'm going to place the sausage in the middle of the sandwich. Okay. In the middle of the sandwich. Okay. And then I'm just going to close up the sandwiches, wrap them up, and put them in the freezer. And his sandwiches are good to go. So let me show them to you real quick. So this is what they're looking like. I left some that are uncovered so you can see. I just put the meat in the middle with the cheese, and then I covered them up. So I've taken the first batch out, and you see it's nice and golden, has that nice golden color to it. Now, this is a deep pan, and they are deep. So for the next batch, remember that I put 18 eggs in here. So now I know for the next batch not to put so many eggs, because it'll fill it and they'll fluff up. But this would be great if I was doing a brunch or a breakfast. This would be good. These sandwiches are going to be really thick. So my kids that eat the eggs, and my husband, they're going to be happy with those. Trust me. Alright, so let's go ahead and assemble. These are my son's sandwiches that I told you just had the sausage and the bacon. The ones back here are on the cinnamon bread, English muffins. The only thing I didn't do is add butter, so I'm going to go back and add butter to it. So once I assembled all the sandwiches, I'm going ahead and I'm wrapping them up, and I'm placing them in these containers. I'm going to put labels on the outside of the container so that they know which one is which. I just got a container out of my storage because I have plenty of them from the Dollar Tree. And I picked this container because it has a handle, so I can put it in the freezer, kind of stack them, they can pull them out. So I'm just wrapping them up and getting them ready for the freezer. I am using aluminum foil. Not sure that this is the best method, considering they'll probably take them out and put them in the microwave, but they can take them out of the foil. They'll just unwrap them out of the foil, wrap them in a damp piece of paper towel, and then microwave them the same way they would microwave the frozen sandwiches that you normally get from the grocery store. So, yeah. So I know that at least for the next 2 weeks, for the next 2 weeks that they will have breakfast. I do have an 18-year-old, but sometimes she gets tired of having to get up and make breakfast for the kids if I'm not here. So this way, all she has to do, all they have to do, because even my 6-year-old knows how to microwave a quick sandwich. So all I have to do is unwrap them and microwave them. She'll supervise my 6-year-old, or my 15-year-old will supervise just to make sure everything's okay. And they'll just pull them out. And here's the container. These are the ones for my son, all ready to go. I'm gonna create a label, put them in the freezer, pop them in, we're good to go. Okay, so now I'm gonna move on to the ones that I had put in the oven. They're all ready. And here, and I keep seeing me wipe myself. My air conditioning went out, and so we're waiting for them to come and fix it. So here it goes, all ready. And we're going to assemble a few of these sandwiches. Now, if you remember earlier, I mentioned that I did not measure or decide on how much I was going to need for this. So I am going to end up not having a lot of sausage, but I still have some bacon left over. So I'm just going to make some that are sausage and some that have bacon. So I want to get a nice round size. I want to make sure that it fits on the bread. So I'm searching for a glass that I can use to just make the circles with. But I don't want to waste too much. Okay, so I've decided to go with this glass, and I washed it out. So you don't have to have any fancy tools or any of that in order to make this happen. And now I'm going to go in. I've let it cool down, and I'm going to go in with my glass, and I'm just going to push down to make my circles. Oh, you hear that? Nice and juicy. Yep. And I'm just going to keep doing that until I have all the circles already cut out. And then I'll start assembling my sandwiches. Now, the edges, I'm going to go ahead and let them eat those today, because they're going to come downstairs any minute talking about they're hungry and they want breakfast.
Mommy, I'm hungry and I want breakfast.
See? I knew it.
Not just that because you were recording and you said it. But now I am hungry.
Yeah, I knew they would be. So the edges won't go to waste. Don't worry about that. And I'm going to go ahead and start assembling the sandwiches. So I'm going to take out my tray again. What's that? Eggs. Eggs with sausage, cheese. See? Asking what is that? That's why I was trying to get them in the freezer before she came downstairs. Because my 18-year-old is the pickiest of all the pickies.
I'm not.
She is. She says she's not, but she is. So we're going to go ahead and I'm going to assemble these sandwiches. And I'm going to do it the same way I did the sandwiches that do not have the eggs. Except this time I'm going to add the egg mixture.
Eggs cooked?
Yes. Oh. That batch is not cooked. This batch is cooked.
I thought you was burning stuff earlier. That's why I was calling your name, but you just ignored my whole.
I didn't hear you. Pass me the cheese since you're in the refrigerator.
What kind of cheese? The sandwich cheese?
Yep.
Mom, why your husband coming out at 2 o'clock in the morning?
Really? I'm recording.
Oh.
Yeah, you might.
No, he was asking us if we want some macaroni sticks. From Burger King.
At 2 in the morning. See, that's why I'm buying. That's why I'm creating freezer food. Yeah. Because my husband will eat all night long.
He came home at 2 o'clock in the morning with some Burger King. He was like, y'all want some mac and cheese sticks? No.
Okay, so I'm going to add a little butter to the English muffins. Add a little butter. so that when they put them in the microwave, it'll be nice and buttery as it's melting down. Okay. And I'm only doing a couple on camera, and then the rest I'll finish up off camera. But I'm so excited the way the mixture came out. It looks delicious and it smells awesome. Awesome. Awesome, fantastical. Okay, so here's the cheese. Everyone in my family loves cheese. So we're going to put cheese on all of them. I'm going to go ahead and add the sausage to these. So we're going to put one sausage in the middle. See, she over there? She ain't even like, Mom, what can I do to help? I'm telling you. But she can eat, though. She'll make sure she eats some. Now it gave y'all something to look at while I'm off screen, because it's directly on her. Okay, so I went ahead and opened up the second pack. Y'all getting a comedy show over there is what y'all getting.
I put my face in the fan.
Jesus. Okay, and those are the other sausages. And now I'm going to go ahead and get out the eggs.